I'm certainly not here to call the Boss TR-2 perfect. I'm just saying this came out in '97 and there's still no TR-3. That was a fun one, definitely a tune that needed a tremolo. And I started things out slow and smooth for that strummed guitar. And then for the second guitar, I went with a faster, more dramatic setting. I will make no secret of my love and respect and adoration for this pedal. And before we get a bunch of the same comments, yes, I will be addressing the volume drop and a couple simple mods we can do to address that towards the end of the video. So even if you already know everything there is to know about the TR-2, might want to stick around for that. Now, if you've somehow managed to never own a Boss TR-2 tremolo pedal, here's all you need to know. Tremolo is a modulation effect. It uses a low-frequency oscillator to drive the amplification of a passing signal. Or to go even simpler, it makes the volume go up and down, up and down, up and down. On this pedal, how fast it goes up and down is adjusted by the rate knob, and the depth or intensity of that adjustment is controlled by the depth knob. Rate and depth. That's good enough for some pedals and some amplifiers, like my Fender Vibrochamp right there. But as a bonus, the TR-2 gives us a shape knob, so we can go anywhere from a gradual fading in and out to a dramatic on and off. Let's start out with some smooth modulation by Sade. So I guess that's it. We've talked about our 3 knobs: rate, depth, shape. I have lots of other tremolos with lots of other features. More shapes, dual LFOs, harmonic tremolo mode, tap tempo, ramping up and down of the rate. But I always feel like this guy gets the job done. It's like I have this Canon R6 Mark II that can do everything. Its LCD is constantly reminding me of that. But sometimes it's nice to grab an older DSLR with a monster EF lens and just look through the optical viewfinder and work with the 3 main controls: shutter speed, aperture, and ISO. But even if we're fine with just 3 controls on the TR-2, we might not be happy with a volume drop, real or perceived. This is a very well documented thing with at least the earlier versions of this pedal. Now, around 2006, there was a major revision where they added a little variable resistor trim pot thingy. And that's what you see right here. You can also see that it's been factory gooped at a good value. That makes this a newer, older version of the pedal, because there's a newer version of the pedal that's SMT, and that's got a trim pot as well. According to the Gear Page member Cathartic? Anyway, it's right here. Generally, I don't like talking about adjusting trim pots that aren't described in the manual, but it's right there. That's what it does, and it's not like we're calibrating a timer or something. There's no oscilloscope needed. It's totally a set-to-taste kind of thing. But if you've got one of those older through-hole pre-revision TR2s, you've just got a plain old 10K resistor in there. And if this is the case and the volume drop really bothers you, I think your best bet is to replace or mix and match resistors to come up with the right value that sounds good to you. Fortunately, at least for me, this pedal has always felt Unity volume-ish to my ears. But I did read about this C4 mod, capacitor 4, that some people are doing to make it sound louder or more awesome. And even though Analog Man Mike says don't do this, it's a bad idea, we're going to do it anyway. So here's C4, and I'm just going to desolder it so I can put it back in when we're done. There it is. Let's listen to a before clip. All right, got that? Here's the after. I'm sure it makes some difference, otherwise it wouldn't be in there in the first place, but I'd rather have a stock TR2, so I put it back in. The important thing here is, if you sense a volume drop, there's something you can do about it. Whether it's a job for a simple screwdriver or something involving a soldering iron, either way, it's fairly straightforward and maybe a little fun. And beyond the volume issue, if you're looking for a change in the sound of the pedal, there's the Monty Allams mod, the Analog Man mod. Hey, here's a random table with some values I found on the internet you can mess around with to add some high-end sparkle. No mention of which version those are for, so as usual, use your best judgment when it comes to those sorts of things. At this point, maybe you're watching this video to figure out if the TR-2 is a good tremolo. This has seen more stages and studios than all of us combined for a reason. If you want built-in reverb, there's the Keeley Verbo Trem. If you want more gritty amp-like action, the Caroline Parabola and the Supro Tremolo are 2 of my favorites. And if you want a whole bunch of presets and waveform options, that's the Empress Tremolo. But look on the board of any touring hired gun musician and you'll see this greenish, tealish box. Actually, what color even is this? Closest I could find with a name is Pantone Pine Green. I plugged it into TinEye and I got like 95% underwater photos. My wife, a teacher, says that it is specifically dusty old glass chalkboard green. I can see that. I guess the only real question is, what will we get first? TR-3 or TR-2 Waza? Maybe with a harmonic mode for the custom switch? Just saying, that would be really nice. I'll catch you on the next one.